Ambazonians have done the right thing by taking up sophisticated guns and silver bullets against Cameroon as a state. I will explain. Across many African countries, the transitions from autocracies to democracies have come at gunpoint, and most often, the political change born out of disputed elections end up transiting on bloody conflicts that last several decades. Among 49 sub-Saharan African countries, fewer than 10 are democracies, with Ambazonia being the first African democracy. Evidence show that several political changes occurred in all of Africa's democracies, Botswana being the exception. The newest democracy, Benin, a West African country, experienced 8 coups d'etats between 1963 and 1972, and not only that, but adopted 10 constitutions and had 10 presidents in less than 10 years. In fact, Benin was the sick child of Africa, scholars describe. Unlike in most countries whose conflicts are born out of ethnic fractionalization and economic greed and grievances, the case of Ambazonia is completely different. It is a rogue state called Cameroon that transgresses its borders to illegally colonize peaceful Ambazonians. Take it or leave it. Guns in the hands of Ambazonians have facilitated the recognition of Ambazonia at all international levels. In fact, the presence of Ambazonia is an unavoidable trap for Yaoundé to continuously commit its war crimes, crimes against humanity, genocide, and ethnic cleansing. And even if terrorist Paul Biya leaves power today, President Maurice Kamto will not be different. A few weeks ago, Kamto ordered Ambazonians not to wear the national emblems and national symbols before visiting him in Canada. Fast forward Kamto into the future, and you will see someone who uses a hammer to hit on any Ambazonian thing he sees as a nail. A Cameroonian is not an Ambazonian and will never like an Ambazonian existence. The unitary state reminds Ambazonia of all that is devious, dubious, violent, brutal, and dishonest. It is the word unitary itself that fuels the war. Secession comes with so many advantages, including the way of life. Ambazonians form the largest number of people who have ever seceded in any part of the world. Writing from neighboring Cameroon, a French Cameroonian asks, "These are people who started a rebellion with bare hands and spears and Dane guns and now have more sophisticated weapons. Are these the people who are going to give it up? These are people who feared the least installed delegate and who complied with any commander of a small Cameroon brigade installed in Ambazonia. Today they have chased out Cameroon state from Ambazonia, which is confined to a few cities. Are such a people going to lay down their arms when the battle is almost finished?" He writes, "These are people whose fall was predicted in less than 2 weeks. It was then believed that a small squad of Cameroon gendarmes and policemen would end the movement. But 4 years later, the situation has gotten worse. And it was they who imposed the ghost towns, the ghost schools, the ghost elections, with tremendous success against all odds. And do you see such a people laying down their arms?" We were told this is an internal problem and that there would be no such interference from abroad. But there is growing support from the foreign countries and the international community. And in most cases, sympathy is on the side of Ambazonia. Rather, it is the government of Cameroon that is trying to justify itself with embarrassment. Do you see such a people giving up their arms? The Francophone writes, the same state finally recognized what she denied as the Anglophone problem by according it a special status and rolling out a special recruitment process for all Anglophones. Cameroon has given in. Ambazonia has not caved in. Do you think Ambazonians could lay down their arms? The crisis has already claimed at least 3,000 lives, with so many villages razed to the ground, and large scale of massacres have been reported across Ambazonia, rightly attributed to the Cameroon military. These acts have only aggravated international conflicts and boosted the morale and determination of the Ambazonian combatants. Are you going to ask such people of Ambazonia to lay down their weapons? The Leviathan by Thomas Hobbes and The Prince by Niccolo Machiavelli form the foundation for politics and are political Bibles for every worthy security scholar. Hobbes notes that the life of man is solitary, nasty, brutish, and short. Machiavelli suggests that it is best for any rational leader to be feared than loved. Ambazonians must make themselves feared because they cannot be loved by any Cameroonian. My name is Tapang Aivotanku. I am the National Deputy Defense Chairman of the Ambazonia Revolution. Do have a splendid day. Bye-bye.